Hey guys, welcome back to the Garcia blended family. Listen, I am so sorry. I know that I said, oh, I'm gonna show you this charcuterie board and I'm gonna, you know, do this and do that. And I just, wow, this last pregnancy has just not been the easiest. If I do anything, I start having contractions. Let me get this closer. If I do anything, I start having contractions. Tomorrow I will be 38 weeks. I have 6 days left before my scheduled cesarean. But last week I was in the hospital again with preterm labor, which they stopped one more time. So it's just been one of those things. I got my hair done, but it looks, you know, crazy like always. But I know there's a lot of anxiety with COVID still prevalent and having your baby, and we are gonna try to film it. I say that too because we have 5 other children that can't come up and meet baby. We have grandparents and, you know, just different people. You know, I have sisters and different things that, you know, just are always involved in our life that we definitely want to be able to see our baby first. So we are gonna try to do a little video, and then when they all see it, we will put it on YouTube. So my water could break at any time. Like my doctor says I am ready to go, which clearly if I've already been in preterm labor. So I just wanted to drop on here and show you some of my favorite baby stuff. And I think a lot of times when we find out we're having a baby, we get caught up in so much excitement that we overbuy or we overpack. And it can be overwhelming because you don't want to be caught unprepared. Let me just say this, if you're having your first child, they will have everything you need at the hospital, regardless if you pack it or not. Your baby will be taken care of, you will be taken care of. When you bring stuff, it's literally for your comfort and your pleasure. So because my son is, I mean, he won't be 2 until July 31st, and we have a lot of stuff already. With him, let me stop by saying, I was a very minimalistic with him. Minimalist with him. I learned with my first son, you don't need a bouncy, a this, a that. I mean, every brand, they will get you on everything. The one thing I wanted was to be able to take him different places, feed him, do things like that. So I had to spend even less with this baby. Now, I have things already, like burp cloths. These are Muslim ones. You can also get the ones at Target or Walmart that look like little diaper cloths. I use these for burping. I love them. I have a whole stack. So when these were in the these were in a container, I just took them back out and washed them with baby soap. I also got really crazy with baby soap on the last one and still had 2 baby soaps in my stockpile because I use all or some kind of free and clear. So you can use that for babies too. If you don't have a huge budget, you don't necessarily have to use baby wash. Just make sure you're using something without detergent. If you have to like streamline your budget, just know, like, once you know your child doesn't have allergens and sensitivity to skin, my one did, but he's able to use all free and clear. I've done the Kirkland all in clear, and I've done, oh, Sam's Club. As long as it's not the blue, it's like it's literally clear laundry detergent. It has no smell, anything like that. So you're able to wash the baby's clothes with your clothes if you need to. Just know that if you do more of a minimal purchase as far as clothes, if this is your first baby, you're gonna go through those clothes faster. If it's your only child, you might need to do your clothes with like your husband's and yours, or, you know, just yours if you're a single mom or whatever, because you're not gonna have enough laundry to do because their clothes are, you know, so tiny. So just know that that's something you can do. You don't have to buy the detergent. If I didn't have the detergent already, I wouldn't have bought it because I already use something that they're perfectly fine to use. I just wouldn't use any of those like smelly beads or anything like that. And there's also something, I think it's Clorox sanitizer. It's a liquid you can put into your laundry that I did with like when boys sweat or you have dirty towels or beach towels or anything like that, and you want to make sure you get it extra clean, I add a little bit of that into the bleach part, and it doesn't bleach your clothes, but just really takes that stench out if you have smelly boys. So I recommend having a ton of these. I love these, but again, I also love muslin blankets. I use these to wrap my baby, and there's a ton of wraps that this helps the baby sleep. They'll show you in the hospital how to wrap your baby, and these I love. I don't buy all those weird wraps. They make me nervous. I don't know, maybe it's just years as a nurse. If it's not approved, I don't use weird stuff, and that's something I would caution you. A lot of these baby walkers put the baby to sleep, keep the baby asleep. Make sure they're approved and they're tested, because you don't want, you know, they come out later that, you know, they cause SIDS or they cause different things. Just make sure you're using reliable products with your baby as far as, like, you know, putting them to sleep and different things like that. So anyways, that's my tangent. I use these, and I have a ton of different ones. I have solid colored ones. But I use these to swaddle my baby. I use this as a nursing cover. I use this as a blanket. You can fold it multiple times. Something for shade, because it's very thin, very lightweight, and you can obviously double or triple it and make it thicker. Bye, baby. So I always have lots of these, and I'm not afraid either. If I'm burping them and all my diaper cloths, if you run out, I'll throw this over and burp them or wipe their mouth with it. And then I have so many that, again, when I do the laundry, I have this and I have these. So those are my go-to as far as, like, spit up and things like that, because you don't want to use a bunch of wipes, and, you know, then you start drying out your baby's skin, and oh, it's terrible. So these I already had. These are great. Keep them. If you think you're gonna have another child, you might have another child, and I just hate to say it, but I would clean with these after when I'm done with children. Itch. Clean with children, and I have dogs. I'm not above pampering my dogs. They would love these. So it just depends. My sister and I have shared. She had a lot of baby stuff that I had gotten her. She was sick when she had her son. She can't have a baby shower, so I had gotten her a lot of stuff. So then when I had mine a couple years later, we shared stuff, and I've added to it. So we'll go back and forth and either bless somebody later or have a garage sale or do something. But we keep these things because they're awesome. Another thing that, because I have all kinds of stuff that I want to show you. The only things that I have bought, and I wouldn't have bought this normally. You get it from your doctor. So my doctor had this little bag, right, and it had coupons in it, and I'll tell you what's in this bag in just a minute. But they had the coupons, so it's like $60 at this store, $20 at this store, and you still paid shipping, and shipping was $12. So we know what they're doing with that. They're overcharging you, and then shipping's never that much. But this is a little, because when you have a newborn and you're trying to teach them to latch, and you're getting frustrated, and people are there, or you're at a restaurant, you don't want everything falling off of you. I will nurse my child in a restaurant. And I'm sure there's controversy with this, and you know, you have to do you. I have teenage children. They know I nurse my child. I'm sure I have flashed a boob. I'm sure, you know, they were like, whoa, mom, you know, ooh, sorry, you know. I'm still modest enough that I'm a Christian. I don't know what somebody struggles with. I don't know if somebody struggles with pornography. I don't know if someone struggles with infidelity. I don't ever want to be the cause of somebody else having impure thoughts, or a teenager seeing something that their parents haven't taught them, or a 9-year-old. I have a 9-year-old. He knows I nurse my child. You know, we talked about circumcision in an appropriate way for a 9-year-old. But I don't know what you've taught your children. And out of respect for parents and children and my own children, I don't just whip out a boob. We all have, half of us have them. Got it, check. It's a beautiful thing, check. It feeds people, check. I believe in all of that. I believe in women nursing, but I also have a modesty that I think is important too. Nursing is something that's between me and my child. It's me giving my child nourishment and life. And that's not something I feel the need for everybody to see. That's my take on it. You might have a different take on it. That's fine and great. Great for you. Not judging, not, you know, condemning. I'll just, you know, my kids don't freak out if they see it, but again, they're used to me doing it. So, and I also cover myself with my children. So that's a personal choice, but I don't feel comfortable being that person in public. So I just don't. But I think breastfeeding is beautiful, and I think, you know, everybody has their comfort level, but that's my comfort level. So when I'm in a restaurant, I don't want people to be eating and be uncomfortable because I'm nursing. And I don't want to flash everybody either. You know, I respect my husband too much for that. So I did get one of these this time, and it has just this little slip knot, and it's got like a little firmer bar here where you could just put it around, and it's nice and big, and just kind of drape it. That way I'm not trying to hold it up and hold a baby's head and a baby and try to get him to latch, because in the beginning they are learning to latch. So, you know, you might have to touch you know, guide them or move stuff around, and so it's just easier to have two hands and not risk everything falling. So I did pay, I think this was like $15, and I wanted that. And this will be something too, if I'm with my family, I would use this, because when they get older, then they'll take the sheet and they'll pull it off, because they're used to, if you're doing it in your home and you're not covering yourself or the kids are gone, you're like, okay, well, you know, it's not a big deal. But then the baby gets used to, then I'm pulling on stuff, grabbing and pulling. So, you know, when you're near your brother-in-law, I mean, I want to be appropriate too. So I did get one of those. The only other thing, and be careful that you don't get into the trap with these coupons that you get in these book bags and stuff, that you're just buying stuff because, oh, I have to spend this coupon. I mean, because each one of these sites, you have to pay shipping. It's not like they lump it together, and it was the same issue. Like, the gift card took care of the product, but not the shipping. But there was two things I wanted. I wanted that cover up, and also I have a 2-year-old who's also gonna pull stuff off of me and expose me to everybody too, because he's gonna be like, what are you doing? The other thing is I got one of these. These are the covers for the, my train of thought, ooh, right out the window. For the car seat. These are breathable fabric. I mean, you don't have to have these either. You can see through it here, but it's very thin. But this goes over the car seat. And again, that's because my biggest struggle as a mom with people touching my kid is don't touch my kid, but I am. I know that sounds odd, but you know, if it's family or it's somebody I know, that's a little different. When people come up to you in Target or Walmart and get in your baby's face or touching your baby, it just, oh, it makes my skin crawl. There's like a boundary level that some people just don't know exist. And with COVID and flu season and just everything, I don't want people in my baby's face, because I will lose my temper quick with that. It's just, again, it's a respect, it's a boundary. I don't know where you've been. I don't need my baby sick. So I did get one of these, and that's my anxiety level, just because I just can't with that. And everybody in my family that would be around the baby is either vaccinated, which I guess I'm a nurse, I know you can still get it, but I also know my family and I know how careful they are, and they still mask, whether you believe in masking or not. They practice good hand washing. We're all nurses, or they've been vaccinated, so or have had COVID. Everybody in my house has already had COVID except the new baby. So which got from working in the ER, I'm sure. But, so I'm not gonna get on that whole controversy of vaccines and stuff. You do what you need to do for your family. And that is a personal choice. I don't think anybody should be rude to anybody or anything like that based on mask or anything. Vaccines, that's a personal choice, and you've got to do you, and you answer for what you do for you and your children, bottom line. Anyways, so that's my second rant of the day. See these rants? I don't usually have those, but 38 weeks. So those are two things I bought. But again, be careful, because if you go and you're like, oh, I need this, they're giving me these coupons. Obviously, I must need them. No, you don't. Stop and think about what is going to be your situation. And also, you might not know your situation. If you're a first-time mom, you don't know if you're nursing, you don't know if you're going to do bottles, you don't know what you're going to do. So just try to do things that are versatile. I mean, you don't need 1,000 of everything. Trust me, the clothes, they won't wear them. I was minimal with my last one, and because of everything going on in the world and just being home with him, he didn't wear half of his new outfits, so I still have some outfits. And what I did is every time he outgrew stuff, I just threw it in Tupperware. Well, what I did was then I took the Tupperwares and I separated the clothes out. Preemie, newborn, 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6, 6 to 9. And I knew, you know, you'll learn real quick, like Carter's run smaller. It doesn't have as much stretch as like Target. So I always put those, if they're 3 to 6 months, I put those sometimes in 0 to 3. Because I know my babies with my husband, are very tall and they get long very quickly. So if I bought something that was 3 to 6 months, by the time I opened my 3 to 6 month container of clothes, they're already like too small, or maybe wear it one time. So then he didn't even get to some of his outfits. Plus my sister had a ton of clothes. So what we do is then we go through them as they outgrow them. If they're stained or messy or whatever, we'll get rid of them. Which I noticed with breast milk, their clothes don't stain. I maybe had like 4 or 5 things that I got rid of. But I did notice that, you know, most of the clothes, you know, held up, especially things like pajamas, maybe they wear more often. But I just divided it into clothes, and I washed the first set of clothes, and I took that container and I put it in my closet right by the baby stuff. No, you can't go outside. So what will happen is when I'm done, I'll just throw those clothes as he grows out of them. I'll wash them and be like, oh, that's too small, throw it in the container. And then when it's time to wash the next one, or he's ready for the next set, I can just take it and wash it. And I might not even use everything. Last time with my son, opposed to my nephew using these clothes, the sizes or the seasons were off. So if he had a lot of winter stuff, I might have been in a summer season, or vice versa. So we live in Florida. We don't have that many cold days. So with his stuff, a lot of it was off seasonally. So now I have the whole year covered. So what else? Where do I go from there? Okay, in that bag, besides the coupons, great. If you're planning on nursing, your office will give you those bags. You can sign up for things like Gerber. I know Publix used to have like a free baby club. I don't think they do anymore because I had looked. You can do Gerber, you can do Similac, which is what this is. So I live in Florida. I stock up. I do not buy formula ahead of time. You never know what your baby's gonna tolerate. You never know, am I gonna nurse? I won't need formula. But I like to have some formula in stock just in case something happens, I have to go to the hospital. I'll pump and stuff, but you never know what will happen. I also recommend having a jug or two of baby water to mix with your formula, because you don't give it out of the tap. But in this package, besides the coupons, they gave you a variety pack, which they're small cans, but in emergency, you want to feed your baby. We're thinking emergency, not just, you know, what's organic, non-GMO, whatever. Well, this is non-GMO. No artificial growth hormones, immune support. Oh, well, this is good. I'll keep this one, definitely. 0 to 12 month insulin, but this has with iron. So depending on how your baby tolerates iron, I could tolerate everything. Okay, so what it did is in this bag, and I'm gonna show you in a minute, they had these 3 different smaller cans. This one's a little bit bigger. This is an Enfamil one. I think Similac and Enfamil are the same thing. Yeah. And then a gentle one too. So 3 different kinds. And what I'll do is I got these in the bag. And the expiration date is July 2022. So I have a year and whatever. The whole time my baby's basically on a bottle or nursing. So I will keep these. I will keep these for hurricane season. I will keep these. What if I get sick and I end up in a hospital, or I can't nurse, or I lose my freezer full of breast milk? You never know when you'll need them. I'll keep these. When I know I'm good, maybe 6 months, 8 months-ish, I will take these and I will donate these to either somebody that drinks these, because I don't want them to expire and go bad. Somebody that drinks these, or I'll give them to like a shelter. So I do that with these. Another thing at the hospital, a trap that you can get into, is they'll want you to buy newborn pictures, which are adorable. Here's a thought: instead of spending $200, $300 there, I bought the CD. I let them take the baby's pictures. I wanted them. But what I went is I went on Etsy and I got these for $20. So this is my last baby, and you know, you can pick the different things, and these pictures are like embedded, so they're not going to get ruined or destroyed. So yeah, that's my Samuel David, and no, oh good Lord, I don't even know my children's name. Samuel Jose. Benjamin David's going to be the new baby. But what these are, is that in the screen? So we got plaques, and I got these for close family members, grandparents, and then I printed my own announcements out announcing his birth, and this was a lot cheaper, and I got more pictures, and I can send the pictures to everybody. So I was able to get the pictures done. I didn't feel like I was missing out, but in that moment you're so emotional and you're so overjoyed or stressed or anxious or whatever your emotion is at that time. You do not want to be spending a ton of money on pictures and then go, ooh, I wish I hadn't done that. You have the CD, you take it to Walgreens, you pop it in, you put it in your computer, you go on Etsy, whatever you want to do, and you can spend a little bit of money over time and always keep it. So that's what I do with pictures. I just buy the CD that's usually like $30. Another thing, so that's a way to cost money. Another thing is make sure, most people know this, make sure you get your breast pump free. Whether you have Medicaid, whether you have insurance, they will run you just put your information in, free breast pump. It's legitimate. I got one for my last baby. I got this Spectra electric breast pump. It's portable and rechargeable. This is like this little square breast. I haven't even opened it. I had one for Samuel, and I can find the refills of this online. So let me open this. I can find the extra. I'll show you. I should have had this open. It wasn't good. This video is going to be so long. So some of them come with all different stuff, but it has like the bottle. It has this part that attaches with the tube to the actual pump. You get 2 sets because it's a double. A wall charger, and then look how smart this is. I don't even know. Like, this is like my favorite thing in the world. Look how small this is. So I'll get a bag or something, and they just plug up to the top, and it's adjustable. And I love this thing. I can charge it overnight, and I can pump multiple times with this. So I love that. It's my favorite breast pump. So when it was time to have another baby, you get one every birth. I was ready to go, because they do encourage breastfeeding. It's not to shame you. It is what's best for the baby. But again, that's a personal choice between you and your baby. My first baby, I wasn't able to nurse. And I didn't feel any shame in that game. Like, he was allergic to stuff and I didn't know. So I ended up having to put him on amino-based formula. It was like $50 a can. Talk about expensive. So that was free. Didn't pay for that. Now, so we've spent minimum money so far. We've bought the covers that have been $30. If you're new, you might have to invest in some sheets and stuff, but that's it. I buy gray or white sheets. Some have prints on them, some don't, just because I want it to be universal. The one thing that I will never chintz on, that I will always buy, well, this is my last baby, is this. Now, people buy boppies, and people, some people love them, some people hate them. If you don't like boppies, that is fine. This is a whole different world. This newborn lounger. If you've not had one of these, this one I got off Amazon. They have them at Target. I bought my last one at Target, but because, you know, mom brain, I didn't want to have the same one because I didn't want to get confused for pictures. But it's a full boppy. See this? It's connected all the way at the bottom and here. So this thing is so plush. And this is, I don't let the baby sleep in this when I'm not around, but I can put this in the middle of my king size bed, lay the baby there. If I just need an arm break or he's sleeping, I take it with me. This one has this little carrier thing, but I took this everywhere. I'm at my sister's house. Sometimes you just need to lay your baby down, and don't feel shame in that. I do not carry my babies 24/7. My baby was sleeping through the night at 6 weeks. I did the back to sleep method, and in fact, my almost 2-year-old, we decided not to buy a second crib. You want to say hi to the people? You want to say hi to our YouTube people? Say I'm still in my jammies, my hair's crazy. No. You want to say hi? No? Yeah, you're getting sleepy. Nope. So, we just bought a new mattress pad. So it was a firmer one again. I do buy, my mattresses are generally like the $100 range. I want a firm one. I want it to last. So I do spend a little bit more money in there. If you don't, they go down to like $30, $40, I think, at Target. Again, it's not a bad mattress. I just want it to last into a toddler bed. So I took the mattress out of the crib, and I do put mattress pads on them under the sheets, and I put that in a toddler bed. So we bought the toddler bed and a new mattress, but kind of kept, you know, him with the old mattress. So because we had done this where I laid him down and he just goes to sleep within 5 minutes or so, I think last night it took us about 15 minutes of getting him to stay in the toddler bed, and then he just rolled over and laid down and self-soothed and went to bed. So we'll see how it goes, but slept all night in his toddler bed. So I'm big on the back to sleep method and letting them self-soothe a little bit from the time they're born until now. I think it's just helped. In a short bedtime routine. We do not overcomplicate a bedtime routine. So I did buy that. Those are like $30, $35. Again, I used that well past newborn. I probably used that until he was like 6 months. He just loved it. And they can sit on it, lay on it. When you do tummy time, you can prep them or pop them up on it. The other thing that I will buy is, I know, overshare, is cream. If you decide to nurse, you will love this. It's $4 or $5. And you get a big one and then a small one. And it only takes like a half a pea size amount, so you don't need a lot. I did buy fresh Binkies, suckers, whatever you want to call them. I don't reshare these just because of germs and different things. So I buy different kinds. And I will take these with me in case. And as far as packing a bag, I'll show you that. But just know that this is, I always buy these. And there's different styles. That's again another personal choice. I always buy a little pack of these. These are pacifier wipes. You'll think you have enough pacifiers. You think, oh, I have the attachment that goes on the baby. I won't lose my pacifier. That's an expenditure. You will. You will. They'll rip it off. You'll forget to hook it. It'll touch a counter. It'll touch a table. If you're a germaphobe with babies like I am, you'll be like, I need to go home and bleach that in hot water. I keep this. If it touches a table, something like that, I'll clean it real quick. Floor, you're not having that Binky again. So I always have, I need to sneeze. I always like to have a little pack of these, and I'll only buy one pack of there. There's like 36, and I think it was like $2. Binky holders. Attach them to yourself. Some kids, and I wouldn't buy a ton of these, okay? Let me start by saying I wouldn't buy a ton of these, and I would maybe buy 2 different brands of 0 to 3 months of these. I wouldn't buy a ton because you don't know. My first son hated Binkies. My other son, he did them for about 6 months, and then he didn't want a Binky anymore. So, you know, you don't need to have a ton of them. What else? I always have safety pins. I do not cloth diapers. I do not cloth diaper. I'm not that. I am concerned about the environment. I use Honest or something that breaks down better, but I just can't do it. So I have safety pins. Why, you say? Little baby socks. You will spend so much money looking for matching baby socks. When I take them off, I just use this and pin the little top part together. So when it goes through the wash, it doesn't rust, but I pin the socks together. And then I don't have to fold them, I don't have to do anything. I can see what style or color they are, but I pin baby socks. My mom told me how to do that. Done it with all my children. I don't lose socks, I don't have to buy socks, still have the same socks. One more thing. So other than, stop, that's Mama's. So one more thing that I did put some money into. I used generic, I used Target brand, I used, what is it, the Land something, for milk storage. I had like 450 ounces of milk when I went back to work. I hated the bags because as they defrosted, I felt like they leaked. So I had it in a milk cup and I'm like, how is this sterile anymore? Like, I hated it. So I was determined to try something else. So my sister says, for my kind of gift, I had one sister buy me a video monitor. Because we do have a pool and stuff, so if we want to be outside, you know, we want to be able to, you know, see the baby and stuff, or if we're in another room. So I do have and it's portable, a monitor that she got me. And my other sister knew, like, I was like, ugh, I haven't bought bags, like I kept putting it off. So she found these cool, now when I had my last child, I bought a 6-pack of bottles, Tommy TP. I really liked those for my other kids, like those for my nephews and nieces when they were on them. So I loved them. I bought a 6-pack. Those 6 bottles I only used when I was at work, and I would wash them, and that's what I used. Like, I didn't have 30 bottles. I was like, no, not gonna do it. Well, she went to go buy me a pack of Tommy TP bottles and found these. These are Pump and Go, okay? I got them off Amazon. Okay, so the milk, these are the milk storage bags. Let's see if I can get one out. Okay, see? Has this little turn part. These are sterile inside. Does your milk, notes, time, whatever, it melts. How much is in here? And I bought a box of them, and I have more that I bought. But these attach, you take this little top off, and I bought the attachments that work for my Spectrum pump. These attachments I got too. Instead of pumping into a bottle, dumping it in a bag, freezing it, then defrosting it out of this, and then dumping it back into a bottle, you just attach the attachment to this, and it attaches right to your breast pump. So you pump right into the bag. It's not spilling, it's not leaking. They had great reviews. Now, when they first came out, the reviews were like, oh, they leak. Everything's gonna have a problem, I'm sure. But then the newer ones, you know, they change things and readjust formulas and you know, how they make everything. Everybody loves them. So I said, I'm gonna try it. So you just attach this pump right into it, put this in it, and maybe squeeze out some air and then freeze it. And when you're ready to have it in a bottle, they do have a bottle rewarmer. No, you have yourself electric kettle, put it in hot water, whatever, and when it's warm, you attach it to, and you're like, oh, well, you still have to put it in a bottle. I took one out. Took one out so I could show you. This, see, this is the top, right? You pop off for the nipple. And this, you take the top off and it screws into here. So the air's already out because before you freeze it, you can just push the air out and screw it in here and feed your baby. And you're like, oh, what do you hold on to? I would just hold on to this. But if you're one of those people like, oh, I want to feel a bottle or, you know, different things, they also have it where it'll sit. This attaches into, I probably won't do this step if I'm being honest, because I'm just not that needing. And this would pop in and you could then hold it like a bottle. So that's just a personal preference. I probably won't use that. I won't use this, but that was like a 3-pack of nipples or whatever. And then you get some of these in this little starter kit. And then, which I did get 2 sets of those, so I have my 6 bottles. Because you never know, like you're like, I couldn't go less than 6 because I'm like, wow, what if I lose one or something like that? Like you don't want to be not knowing where all your stuff is, right? So That's what I did. I got two, ooh, baby got the camera. So I don't want to not have what I need. So she had bought me a set of like 35 milk cups, and then I bought another 70 because I'll use them. And I bought the attachment. So that I did spend some money on. I want to say I spent like $50 and got 70 pouches, the adapter, and another set of these. And then she had got me a set to make 6. So, and they're BPA free and all that stuff. So there was that. So that's really all I bought. It doesn't seem like a lot. I bought the boppy. I did buy the new mattress in the bed for my 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old, and then, you know, the new mattress for the baby's bed. And I bought some replacement bottles. And the only other thing is I did buy a new little baby bag like this. Now, with baby bags, you're gonna overfill them. And nobody's gonna judge you for that, but you will overfill them. So when we go to the hospital, just remember, they have everything for baby. I do like some cover-ups, so I pack a cover-up. And this stuff is not usually in here. Now, when I get my pictures done for my baby, I want them to be cute. So I don't want to wear their clothes. But my sisters and them got this little white bundle of love, because my kids are Spanish and my husband is Spanish, and I don't care if people ask how dark the baby's gonna be. I want him to be tan. I don't care how dark he is. But then I had, like, they bought, I do like to buy, this is a little jacket that's white that matches. But I do, and he's got his little, this actually holds, can you get him? Can you get him? This actually holds his binky. And then, of course, you know, I have a couple different hats that I already had in here. I do bring baby clothes because they always keep my baby naked. You know, little couple jammies. Do different sizes. You remember, your ultrasound can be a pound off, so it can be smaller or bigger. But I do some different pajamas in different colors. That's all that this is. And they bought this too. So when he gets his little, and I have a crocheted blanket or an outfit that I will take as well, that my husband's father's mother knitted years ago, that we'll get pictures in. And if we don't get pictures there, I'll get pictures done. But I just bring some little outfits for him to go home in, and because I want him, you know, you want to dress your baby in the hospital too. So I'll bring a couple outfits. I do have a stack of diapers. There's more than this in there, but I do carry stacks of diapers. They're gonna give you diapers. The only reason why there's diapers and wipes in my bag right now is because of traveling home. You don't wanna have a blowout or need to change the diaper and not have anything. So I have diapers and I have wipes, little pads for leaking, because we're women and that happens. And the only other thing is I bring a little tube of this nipple cream. Remember, they have that at the hospital. They have, if he needs medicine, they have all of that. You do not need to bring all of that. If you feel the need to, that's fine. But after having a baby, you're gonna wanna go home. Take your baby, go home, get settled in, because that's an overwhelming process. Now, this bag is big enough to see it opens up. Big enough. Usually I don't have this big old blanket in there, but because of COVID and I don't want my baby stuff getting messed up, it's in there. Usually that'll probably, when we go home, that will be on him. That won't be in here. But because this bag is in the car, it's taking up probably like 1/3 of my room. Now, that's all I'm taking for him. Oh, I will clean his binkies and I will put those in there too, in his wipes. So these will go in there. I won't take all of them, but this is it. I don't take my breast pump. I don't take my cover-ups. except that one I will take, and then they have little blankets and stuff. But with COVID and just everything, I don't want all my stuff there. So that's all I take for him. I have diapers and wipes to get him home. I have a birth cloth. I have a cover. I have plenty of clothes to take him home in, and then, you know, we'll do the opposite. And I have, you saw I had like a stack of diapers, like 12, because remember, in newborn stage, you change them every time they wake up and eat. This is the free bag I got from my doctor's office. In here, I've used it as my husband's toiletries. My husband, or my, oh, here it is. Oh, I had more. I was wondering where all this was. So I was like, I know I had 2 packs of these. So I had 2 packs of these, and I had 2 of these baby pacifier things. Now, I got this brand instead of the cloth ones because these little ball things, sometimes they'll just chew on those, and that's safe. What else is in here? Oh, that's another pack of wipes. And then I have nail clippers. I bought new nail clippers. Other than that, that's all I bought. This stuff in here is toiletries for my husband and I. Because with our restrictions, once we get to our hospital, he can't leave for any reason. We have a fridge in there. They'll bring him food. You can have stuff delivered. But if he leaves the room for any reason, he can't come back. Don't understand it, but we follow the rules. So what I packed for him and I packed him, now he gets to use my shower. Like I said, they feed him, they give him coffee. Because we have a fridge, I am bringing him some soda pops for the 2 days. I am bringing him some like Starbucks cold coffee. I've worked in a hospital. Coffee's gross there. Don't care what kind of hospital you work in. And he can only have the floor coffee. He can't even go down to the cafeteria. So, couple things. As you start getting closer to delivering, start pulling out the stuff that's like almost gone. And let me show you what I mean by that. My husband, let's see what's in here. My husband wears contacts, so we took some dailies that he got, and then we took, you know, you have this contact solution, right? But this isn't full. This has like this much in it. Yeah, this much in it. He'll bring his contacts on Friday. He'll use it Saturday and Sunday. If I don't want to bring this home where it's been sitting on the counter, I'll just toss it. So when this got low, I went ahead and replaced it with a new one, and like, oh, we'll pack that away. Did that for that. I always have, I have a ton of bar soap that I buy and toothpaste. So again, we'll use this for a couple of days, and then I'll just pitch it. I won't bring it back. I'm not bringing electric toothbrushes. I have disposable toothbrushes. And then same thing with deodorant. When our deodorant started getting low, I took a new one, gave him a new bar, gave me a new bar, and put the old ones in here. So if I don't want to bring this stuff home, I can chuck it. So that's what we did for that. I have a hairbrush, and the other thing is a charger. If you have a 5 and below, go see them. I have children. They all have phones. They all have electronics. This is actual Apple cord. I buy their $5 cords without the brick. Because you always have extra bricks. And they're $5. You can get them from 4 feet to 10 feet. Just buy the $5 cord. It lasts just as long, if not longer. I have them in my car, multiple ones, so I don't have to hear, it's my turn to charge. You know that, you know what I'm talking about. So everybody's phone has a charger and everything in the car, and we have multiple plugs. So we have a phone cable for me and my husband in here. If we lose it, even he has a C because he has an Android. I think it's an Android. It's a $5 charger. Don't care if we lose it. Don't care if we forget it. It's in there. So that's our toiletries. That's all we're taking. Now, I might put some mascara in there or some lip gloss. But listen, you're having a baby. This is not time to... This is not time to glam, okay? If you want to glam, glam. I don't want to glam. My hair's done, my nails are done, my toes are done. Go get yourself a manicure and a pedicure if you can afford it. Budget it in. You're not going to want to glam, okay? You're going to be nursing. I don't sleep at a hospital well, so I get tired and I'll be in pain. So I'll put some mascara on. I mean, I'm in nothing now. I'm putting something on YouTube. So I like to dress up. I like to do my makeup. I have a ton of expensive makeup, but I'm not doing it 24/7. If a hurricane comes and I'm floating down a river, I want people to recognize me. So, all that to say is, you want to pack some makeup, pack some makeup. Do you need the makeup? No, you're beautiful. Spend the time with your baby. So, that is what I have packed. Now for my husband, I have packed some, you know, like lounge shorts and t-shirts for a couple days, 2 sets of pajamas, because, you know, once you're touching hospital stuff, I want to put them in a dirty bag. I don't want to reuse them. I got a nylon bag, which I'm not going to show you all our personal stuff, but just something that if I wanted to wipe it down after it's been sitting on a table or a counter, or if somebody throws it on the floor, I can bleach it off and, you know, not destroy it. So we just have like a Nike bag, and then I have stuff to go home in. Or if you want to put, don't overpack your clothes, that's another issue. Just, you want a robe, you want some pajamas, that's fine. You don't need a ton of clothes. You're not going to care. That's just not your priority. Unless it is, you know, to each their own. But I brought some lounge pants and, you know, different tank tops and nursing tank tops and nursing bras. You know, I might not wear a bra until I go home. Who knows what I'll feel like doing. But I have that. Be realistic. Your hips are still going to be big, and you're still going to have a little belly until that swelling goes down. Oh, so just be realistic of that. Don't try to bring your skinny jeans. You'll have a breakdown. Did it with my first. But just pack, you know, just pack conservatively with enough stuff that you feel comfortable that you'll have. No, this is mommy stuff. That you have something to wear home. You know, a baggy sweatshirt, or like I said, a nursing tank top or something, because you don't know how far are you from the hospital. Are you going to have to nurse on the way home? Do you have to stop somewhere? You know, pick up your medicine or whatever. So just make sure that you're prepared for that. And just, you know, if you're in doubt, just know that, you know, they take care of babies, newborn, all the way up till adults. They have Tylenol. That you won't give your baby Motrin anyway. They have everything that you need. Just make sure you have what you need to get home. That's kind of how my mentality works. I overpacked. I think I packed 2 bags when I went with my first kid, and I was like, oh, why did I do this? Now I just have to unpack it. Because they'll give you stuff. I got a bag with diapers and wipes and all this like stuff when I was there with my last son, and I think he used that bag until last week. I mean, it was a huge cloth bag, like throw-in bag, and that was his diaper bag, and I loved it from Palms West in I need some Waxahachie. I can't say the word, but yeah, like they even gave him a bag. So I had another bag to go home with, full of stuff, because they want to make sure that you have everything. Also, go ahead, wash that car seat, put it together, make sure you know how to install it, or install it depending on how many kids you have. And go ahead and put it in the back of the car. So all of our stuff we have in the car. I've been in labor multiple times, so we have it ready to go. And that's literally all I bought. Like I said, I didn't buy this one. Now, everybody says, oh, well, your diaper bag's not that big. Well, I will have like a lunch type bag satchel for my breast pump when we go out. So that's another little bag. But that's just breast milk stuff in storage bags or whatever. So I don't put bottles in the diaper bag and all that stuff. It's clothes, it's diapers. I will carry Tylenol and Benadryl, but that's all I really carry. And a butt cream. I use Boudreaux's butt paste. The other thing you need, I'm sorry I forgot, is if your son's getting circumcised, get the squeeze jelly. It's just easier to put on instead of like the big tub of it. The Vaseline or the petroleum jelly. My husband's blowing. Just get that. It's easier to just kind of squeeze it on. Because you'll need that immediately. And but what we'll do is, my son has a little backpack that fits some stuff. We'll have one diaper, the bigger diaper bag that we carry around. It's a backpack one with the kids that'll have diapers and wipes and stuff. And then in the car, I always pack extra diapers, and this one will turn into our extra. So this will be an extra container of wipes, not medicine. It'll have extra diapers, whatever size they're in. For both boys, extra clothes, whatever size we're in. So this will kind of be my backup bag that I won't take to and from everywhere. It'll just stay in the car as like an emergency bag. So that way I'm not trying to pack everything. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going out for the day. I need 12 diapers for this kid and 8 for this, but I know I have another emergency if something happens. So that's kind of what we do. But right now I'm using this as just a little travel bag. So that's what we got. And I'm very sorry about the videos taking too long. I know I have a grocery haul that I was gonna do a charcuterie board and I didn't. And I might do a grocery haul today or tomorrow. So those will be kind of close together. Yeah, and then baby will be here. So that's kind of where we're at. It's been very difficult for me to film, and just my son had, my 14-year-old had his wisdom teeth out last Wednesday. So that was, and I went into preterm labor that night. So that was super stressful. So yeah, I can't even really walk. If I do go to the grocery store, I sit in one of those motorized carts and people look at me like I'm crazy. I just can't even tolerate, and I'm not above abusing that. Like if there was an elderly person, I'd be like, let me just walk. But, you know, I make sure they have enough, clearly. But I can't even tolerate walking through Publix. I have to get one or I'll be contracting before I even leave. Increasing contractions. So that is what we got. That is what we're doing with this baby. I want to say we're going to put on a baby video. We'll have to insert pictures, obviously, because of the cesarean and stuff. But, and we're not showing anything graphic. But I want to say I'm doing it, but don't be upset if I don't. But that's kind of where we're at. So I want to thank everybody. I know this was a longer video than I usually post. Thank you for sticking around. If you're a new mom, just breathe. Just enjoy the moment. Everything lasts in pregnancy and in birth, and like getting up in the middle of the night and feeding every 2.5 hours. That's only a moment. Just tell yourself, like, I'm not doing this for the next 18 years. I'm doing this for the next 3 months, 6 months. It'll go by and you'll wish you had those moments. It's great bonding. So just, yeah, take the time and enjoy every stage, because every stage is short. But I hope everybody has a great day, and thank you for stopping by and visiting with us. See you guys later. Bye.